Hello. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here again. Happy Sunday to you all. I'm sure you had a very wonderful Sunday service today. I also did, and it's so good to be here to top it up with the Promote Gospel Trivia Show. Yes, I am Tolu Alokpe Toluwase, and I'm glad to be here. I hope you're glad to be here. It has always been amazing coming right here on this show, having you all join us and have a wonderful time in the presence of God. So I don't know who is here, who is already live, and who is watching the stream already. Let me just see you comment in the comment section saying that you are here. Say, I am here. Let me see that you are here by typing it in the comment section. If you are watching and you are here, kindly type it in the comment section saying that I am here. Okay, I see Victor Fashiku is here. I see Israel Uruma is here. I see Agbola Esther is here. All right, more people to say I am here. Let's have more people to say that I am here. Oh, wow. We have Agbola Olaoluwa, we have Idowu Olumide, Christabel Raphael, Olufunsho Orekoya, Ebiniyi, Shalom, Elijah Oruma. Oh, wow. Today is going to be really hot. We have Abisola Ahmed here too. Okay. It's so glad to have you here and to also have you here on time. So it means that we can start right on time. And so, like I said earlier, I am Tolu Alokpe Toluwase, and I am your host as always on the Promote Gospel Trivia Show. And I'm welcoming you officially to the 15th edition of the Promote Gospel Trivia Show. See how far God has brought us, see how far God has kept us, and see how far, okay, I can't see how far God is taking us, but I believe that God is taking us farther than where we are, because only God sees the end, or sees the beginning even from the end, and since the end from the beginning. Okay, so it is good to have you here again. And just before we continue, for the sake of those that are joining us for the first time, I would like to say welcome to this show. Thank you for showing interest in participating. And for those of us that have been quite familiar and quite present on this show week in, week out, we say thank you. We appreciate your support every Sunday, and we say thank you to all those who invite people to join and participate in this show. God bless you, and is going to reward you all greatly. So just before we start, I will share a few important information for you all, especially for the sake of those that are joining us for the first time. There are 20 questions to be asked. There are 20 questions to be asked. There are 20 questions to be asked, and you have just a few seconds to answer. All right, 4 options to pick from: 1, 2, 3, or 4. You type it in the comment section. Whatever your answer is per question, just type in 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comment section. And at the end of each question, the answers are collated, and you get to see if you got the question right or you got the question wrong. Okay, and at the end of the show, we are having 3 winners: the first, second, and third. The first winner goes with 5 gig data, the second winner goes with 3 gig data, and the third winner goes with 2 gig data. All right, we say congratulations again to our past winners, and congratulations in advance to those that will be winning here tonight. So, my people, are you ready for tonight? Are you ready? Are you ready for tonight? So, please, for the sake of those that are joining us for the first time, as soon as the questions start displaying on the screen, please ensure that whatever you type in the comment section is just your answer. And make sure you try to type in just once per question. Don't complain when the questions start rolling in. Just move on. And of course, pray for a favorable weather so that your answer is transmitted fast enough. And try as much as possible to answer your questions very fast and answer them correctly. All right. Are you ready now? Are you ready now? I am ready, and I can't wait to know our winners for tonight. So just before we start, we'll be having a 60-second countdown that will be showing on your screen right about now. And after the 60 seconds countdown starts showing on your screen, we have the questions rolling in. Are you ready? Don't be scared. Just be relaxed. it's just going to end in praise. All right. And remember, everybody is a winner. All right, we have less than 45 seconds to go. All right, now, are you ready? Less than 20 seconds to go. The Promote Gospel Trivia Show, the 15th edition, is here. And it's going to be lit. Less than 5 seconds to go, and the first question will start rolling in. All right, we have the first question now. Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Where can we find that in the Bible? James chapter 4 verse 7, Galatians chapter 4 verse 7, 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7, 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. James 4:7, Galatians 4:7, 2 Timothy 4:7, 1 Peter 4:7. All right, the question is gone now, and it is computing the answers. I hope you have typed in your answer already, and I hope you typed in the correct answer. So let's just wait and see what the correct answer is and see who got it right. All right, James 4:7 says, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Yeah. So it is important for us as Christians to constantly submit ourselves to God. By submitting yourself to God, it's easier for you to resist the devil, and after which the devil can flee from you. All right, so we'll be moving on to the next question in a few seconds now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Just stay relaxed. All right, the next question is here. The time of Hanukkah in Jerusalem is also known as the Festival of Shelters, Festival of Resurrection, Festival of Offerings, Festival of Dedication. The time of Hanukkah in Jerusalem is also known as the Festival of Shelters, the Festival of Resurrection, Festival of Offerings, Festival of Dedication. What would your answer be? The question is going now, and the question is gone. It's computing the answers now. The time of Hanukkah is a particular celebration in Jerusalem. And what is that celebration known as? Is it the Festival of Shelters, or of Resurrection, of Offerings, or of Dedication? All right, we have our answer there. It's the Festival of Dedication. The time of Hanukkah in Jerusalem is the Festival of Dedication. And this festival is always celebrated late November into the first week of December. 8 days, 8 nights. It's celebrated for 8 days and nights. Yes, and it is the celebration of the Maccabees taking over and reconsecrating the temple of Jerusalem from the Greek oppression. Okay, moving on to the next question. I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. Matthew 11:25, Mark 11:25, Luke 11:25, John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. Of course, it was Jesus that was saying that. But where in the Bible was he saying that? Matthew 11:25, Mark 11:25, Luke 11:25, John 11:25, and it is computing the answers now. computing the answers. I will get to know the answer in just a few seconds from now. Yeah, John 11:25. John 11:25 says, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. So Jesus was saying this at the point where Mary and Martha and the family of Lazarus were weeping for the death of, or over the death of Lazarus. And Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. This was what he was telling Mary and Martha. And he was asking if they believed him. You can read about the story in John chapter 11. So question number 4. What event was Peter referring to when he wrote that we were eyewitnesses of his majesty? Transfiguration of Jesus, resurrection of Lazarus, healing of blind, feeding of 4,000. So Peter was referring to a particular event when he said, or when he wrote, we were eyewitnesses of his majesty. Was it the transfiguration of Jesus, or the resurrection of Lazarus, or the healing of blind, or the feeding of 4,000? Which one of these events was it? It's computing the answers. Alright, yes, the correct answer is transfiguration of Jesus. Yes, Peter was referring to the transfiguration of Jesus in 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 16 to 19. Yes, he was saying that they are not just saying all these things they are telling us about Jesus, but the fact that they actually experienced it. They are witnesses to everything that happened, most especially this transfiguration of Jesus, and how they heard the word from heaven, the voice from heaven right there. Okay, we move on to the next question. What name was given to the place in the wilderness where the Israelites found bitter waters and murmured? Migdol, Mara, Kadesh, Baal-peor. What name was given to the place in the wilderness where the Israelites found bitter waters and murmured? Migdol, Mara, Kadesh, Baal-peor. I hope you're typing your answer already, or I hope you have typed your answer already. Okay, it's computing the answers now. It's computing the answers. All right, we have the answer. Mara. Mara was the name given to the place in the wilderness where the Israelites found bitter waters and murmured. Yes, after 3 days that they've walked through the desert, they couldn't find water, and when they found water, they found bitter water, and they called that place Mara. But because of God's love for his people, Moses cried to God for help, and God showed him a piece of wood to throw into the water, and the water tasted good afterwards. You can read about the story in Exodus chapter 15. Next question. The Experience 2021 concert is set to hold in one of these forms stated below: virtually, physically, none of the above, hybrid. The Experience 2021 concert is set to hold in one of these forms stated below: virtually, physically, none of the above, hybrid. Yes, I know we are all familiar. Most of us, we are familiar with the Experience concerts that holds every year. So the one for this year is holding in a particular way. Amongst these options, which one of it? It's computing the answers now. Computing the answers. Oh wow, The answer is the hybrid form. Yes, the Experience 2021 concert is set to hold in the hybrid form this year. Yes, that is a mixture of the physical and the virtual form. Yeah, we have one live edition holding at Rock Cathedral and another edition, the live edition as well, holding at the Elevation Church in America, and you get to watch it across all terrestrial platforms and online platforms, holding on the 3rd of December, so prepare for it. Next question number 7. Agboola Shadare is a renowned gospel pianist, guitarist, drummer, bassist. Agboola Shadare is a renowned gospel musician. Is he a pianist, a drummer, a guitarist, or a bassist? Just type in your answer there. 1, 2, 3, or 4. The question is gone. It's computing the answers now. Computing the answers. And we get to see the answer. All right, yes. He is a renowned gospel guitarist. A renowned gospel guitarist. Is also a songwriter, a producer, yes, and a composer. All right. He started out in the church, then moved as a church musician, moved on to studio production. He has produced the likes of Benga Uweye Wise, Michael Remu, and he has 2 solo albums to himself, The Dream Dawn and Glory. All right. So you can check him out and have a wonderful time listening to his music. The next question number 8. Who beheld a winged lion standing like a man? Zechariah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Who beheld a winged lion standing like a man? Zechariah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Alright, it's computing the answers now. It's computing the answers now. Alright, we have our answer. Daniel. Daniel was the one who beheld a winged lion standing like a man. And where did he get to see this? He saw a vision. He saw a vision that night, and in that vision he saw 4 beasts coming out of water. And the first beast looked like a lion, a winged lion. And as it kept coming out, then he lost the wings, standing on both feet and looking like a human. You can read about it in Daniel chapter 7 and read about the other beasts too and the rest of the vision. So now to the next question number 9. When Jesus fed the crowd of 5,000 men, the people sat down in groups of 50s and 100s, 200s, 12, 100s, and 150s. When Jesus fed the crowd of 5,000 men, we all know that story. But the people sat down in groups of what? 50s and 100s, 200s, 12, 100s, and 150s. We all know the story of Jesus feeding the crowd of 5,000 men. He told the disciples to tell them to sit down when it was time to serve them the bread and the fish. And they had to sit down in groups. It's computing the answers. In the groups of what? 50s and 100s, 200s, 12, hundreds, and fifties. Alright, the correct answer is 50s and 100. Yeah, Jesus told the disciples to tell the crowd to sit while they'll be fed with food. And they sat in groups of 50, some sat in 50s, some sat in hundreds. Yeah, the story is in Mark chapter 6, so you can read about it as one of the miracles that Jesus performed while here on earth. So we'll be moving on to question number 10 in about 2 seconds now. Question number 10 is here. In Hosea, what Canaanite god had Israelites rebuked for worshipping? Zeus, Molech, Baal, Asherah. In Hosea, there was a Canaanite god that the Israelites were rebuked for worshipping. Which one of them is it? Zeus, Molech, Baal, Asherah. The question is going, it's going, it's going, and it's gone. It's computing the answers now. Let's wait to see what the answer is, and to see who got the answer correctly, and to see who got the answer fast. All right, it's computing. We get to see the answer in a bit now. All right, Baal. They were rebuked for worshipping the Canaanite god, the Baal. Yeah, that was the god that the Israelites were rebuked for worshipping in Hosea. Yes, God was saying that everything they had, He gave it to them. They thought they were the one who worked for it, but they decided to give it as gifts to Baal. And God was not happy. He was talking about the unfaithfulness of the Israelites. You can read about it in Hosea chapter 2. And this particularly is in verse 8. You can decide to read the whole of the chapter. Next question. Whom did Paul study under? Zebedee, Peter, Jesus, Gamaliel. So as a Jew, Paul studied under one of these people. Zebedee, Peter, Jesus, Gamaliel. Which one of them? The question is gone. It's computing the answers. All right, the answer is Gamaliel. Yes, Paul studied under Gamaliel. Yes, you can read about it in Acts chapter 22. At this point, the Jews were against Paul because of his approach, talking about Jesus and saying things that are different from what they knew as the law. And Paul had to defend himself that he studied under Gamaliel, even as a Jew. And despite that, he was still persecuting, the people of God, the followers of Christ. So next question. Which book warns that if any man should add to the prophecy written down, then God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book? Zephaniah, Revelation, Isaiah, Daniel. One of this book warns that if any man adds to the prophecy written in that book, God is going to add unto the plagues that are written, add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. Zephaniah, Revelation, Isaiah, Daniel. It's computing the answers. Yes, Revelation. Revelation is the correct answer. Revelation chapter 22, verses 18. Yes, it was said that anyone who adds to the prophecy written down in the book shall have added unto him the plagues that are written in that book. And the Father said that if anyone removes what is any out of the prophecy in that book, then their share in the book of life is also going to be removed. I pray that will not be our portion in Jesus' name. God is going to help us to live our lives according to His will, adding nothing, removing nothing. Next question. The Outpouring Revival Program, convened by Dunsi Oyekon, is set to hold on what date and at what time? November 7th, 4 p.m., November 5th, 10 p.m., November 3rd, 7 p.m., November 10th, 6 p.m. The Outpouring Revival Program, convened by Dunsi Oyekon, is set to hold on what date and what time? November 7th, 4 p.m., November 5th, 10 p.m., November 3rd, 7 p.m., November 10th, 6 p.m. Alright, it's computing the answers. Wow, only one person got it right. The answer is November 7th, 4 p.m. I'm sure we must have been seeing the Outpouring Revival Program set to hold next month. And if you did not know the exact date, now you know it. It's November 7th, and the time is 4 p.m. Yes, and it's set to hold at the Sapphire Ground, Freedom Way at Lekki, Lagos. You can plan to attend and you will be blessed. You can also watch virtually, of course. All right, next question. The Mount Zion Film Institute just matriculated their first academic diploma student in Christian performing arts in which of these universities? Mountain Top University, Landmark University, Bowen University, Ajayi Crowther University. The Mount Zion Film Institute just matriculated their first academic diploma students in Christian performing arts in which of these universities? Mountain Top University, Landmark, Bowen, or Ajayi Crowther University. It's computing the answers now. We are on question number 14. And we have 6 questions to go. Are you ready? All right, yeah, the answer is Ajayi Crowther University. They just matriculated their first academic diploma students in Christian performing arts in Ajayi Crowther University. The Mount Zion Film Institute started about 30 years ago. Of course, they'll be celebrating their anniversary next month, yeah, by God's grace. So they started about 30 years ago, and 30 years later, they get to, move on to the next level by launching an academic course in what they do in the university. Next question. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Can be found where in the Bible? Isaiah 60:17, Isaiah 55:17, Isaiah 54:17, Isaiah 53:17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you shall be condemned. Where can we find this in the Bible? We all say this. In fact, if Christians, non-believers, and believers, we all say it. So where is it in the Bible? Let us see that. Let's show us that you know it. It's computing the answers now. All right, the answer is Isaiah 54:17. So for those that got it wrong, Now you know it. I know some of us, we know it, the correct answer. We probably got confused the way the options were. But now you know it. Isaiah 54:17 says, no weapon formed against you, formed against me, shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against you, that rises against me, shall be condemned. You believe in that, and that's what happens for you. All right, we're moving to the next question. We have 5 powerful questions to go. The northern army the Lord sent to the midst of his people are referred to all of this except locust, cricket, caterpillar, cankerworm. The northern army the Lord sent to the midst of his people are referred to all of this except locust, cricket, caterpillar, cankerworm. Computing the answers now. Computing the answers. All right, we have the answer. Cricket. Yes, cricket is the answer. The cricket is not part of the northern army the Lord sent to the midst of his people to destroy all that they had because of their unfaithfulness to him. And somewhere in Joel chapter 2, God was telling them that he was ready to restore all that his army has destroyed. And now the fourth person, or the fourth man army of this army, is the palmer worm. If you didn't know it, now you know it. The locust, the caterpillar, the cankerworm, and the palmer worm. Joel chapter 2. The Elevation Church, pastored by Stephen Furtick, is affiliated to one of these denominations: Pentecostal, Catholic, Baptist, Anglican. The Elevation Church, pastored by Stephen Furtick, is affiliated to one of these denominations: Pentecostal, Catholic, Baptist, Anglican. Computing the answers now. I'm having a great time here. I'm sure you are too. All right, the answer is Baptist. Yeah. It's so funny, a lot of us think that the Elevation Church, because of their ways, their approach to the Christianity, we think they are the Pentecostal denomination. But no, they are affiliated to the Southern Baptist Convention. Yes, the Southern Baptist Convention. And it began as a church plant of the Baptist State Convention in North Carolina, yeah? So they moved from the church to Charlotte to plant that branch. All right, next question now. How many times hotter than usual did Nebuchadnezzar order the furnace for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? 3, 7, 9, 5. How many times hotter than usual did Nebuchadnezzar order the furnace for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? 3, 7, 9, 5. It's computing the answers now. After this question, we have 2 more questions to go. 2 powerful questions. All right, the answer is 7. 7, 7, 7. We all know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yes, when Nebuchadnezzar created a god and said they were expected to bow down for that god, and anyone who does not do that will be thrown into the fiery furnace of fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't do that, and they were thrown in there, and out of anger he said they should increase it by 7 times. But of course, God delivered them as always. You can read about it in Daniel chapter 3. Daniel chapter 3. Next question. To whom did God speak these words? See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down, to build and to plant. Joseph, Jeremiah, David, Daniel. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out, to pull down, to build and to plant. Who did God speak these words to? Joseph, Jeremiah, David, Daniel. Computing the answers now. All right, we have the answer. Jeremiah. Jeremiah is the answer. Yes, you can read about it in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 to 10. This was when God was speaking to Jeremiah and telling him what to do, and Jeremiah was like, oh no, I'm a child, I can do this. And God said, I am going to be with you. And he told him that he has set him on that day over the nations, over the kingdoms, to root out, to pull down, to build and to plant. He put him in charge and telling him that he was right there behind him. He will go before him and will also go behind him. Now moving to the last and final question for tonight's edition. How many times did Job receive bad news from a messenger? 3 times, once, 4 times, 5 times. We all know the story of Job. How many times did he receive bad news from a messenger when he lost everything? How many times did he receive bad news? So the question is going, and it's the final question. It's computing the answers now. All right, the answer is 4 times. Yes, Job received bad news from a messenger 4 times. 4 times he received the bad news. You can read about it in Job chapter 1 verses 13. Yes, it says his sons and his daughters were drinking and whining, and the messenger came, said the oxen were plowing, asses and everything. Evil fell upon them and took them all away. And while they were yet at it, they came again and said, the servants, the sheep and everything, fire has come down from heaven to burn them. And then again another one came and said, the Chaldeans have come to cut away with the camels and all. And then finally his sons and his daughters were dead. So these messages of losing everything came to him 4 different times. Okay, please. Are you ready? Keep dancing, dance like a winner. I'm already dancing in advance for our winners tonight. Wow. All right, we have our winners list here. And wow. And for a fourth timer on this show, winning, we have Abisola Ahmed coming first in this competition, in this edition of Promote Gospel TV, the 15th edition. We have Abisola Ahmed as our winner, winning for ourselves 5 gig data. And we have a second position, Idowu Olumide. Idowu Olumide has been winning for, is a two-time winner. Yes, it's a two-time winner. And today is coming second. And now we have, for the third position, a new person on the show as well, Olufunsho Orekoya. Isn't this interesting? Isn't this amazing? Oh, wow. I'm so glad. Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations to Abisola Ahmed, who have come first. Congratulations to Idowu Olumide, who have come second. And congratulations to Olufunsho Orekoya, who has come third. And so I can see other players here. I see Agbola Olaoluwa, Victor Fashiku. I see Jesuyemi Mercy, Agbola Esther, Ebiniyi Israel Oruma, Christopher Raphael. I see Olugoga Ebiniyi Shalom. I see Elijah Oruma. And I see Olamide Oluwole. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in tonight. Thank you for joining this edition, the 15th edition of Promote Gospel Trivia Show. I'm sure you had a wonderful time, and of course, I had a wonderful time as always. And I look forward to having you join us next week, Sunday, same time, 6:30 p.m. And you know what you're going to do for me? Through this week, I want you to invite at least one person. Join us and invite at least one person to also join us. All they need to do is to subscribe to Promote Gospel TV YouTube channel and send a screenshot to 0906-025-7996 or via DM to Promote Gospel TV. You can also follow Promote Gospel TV across all social media platforms to be updated on all our content and all our, music and everything. Thank you. I thank you, Idowu Olumide. I saw all those you invited this week. Oh, wow. You did a very great job, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I pray God blesses you and rewards you. And for the others, I look forward to having you invite somebody. When you invite them, let them just mention your name as the one who invited them. If you are watching, you've been watching, and you have been blessed, and you are led to sponsoring prizes, please just reach out to us on 0906-025-7996. Thank you so much for tonight, and I look forward to see you next week. I remain your host, Toluwalope Toluwase. God bless you. Have a fruitful week. Bye.